Welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna talk about LinkedIn. The reason I decided to talk about LinkedIn today, it's because I know from the past old me how I never took like LinkedIn serious, and I think it was because I never really understood how it works and what is it about. So let me first start by explaining what is LinkedIn and how can you use it. But what is LinkedIn? So LinkedIn, we say when we're trying to describe it, this is our own version though. It's like a professional social media that you can use to connect with employers, companies. You just use it for professionalism, but it's still like a social media, right? Compared to, let's say, Facebook is a social media as well, but you use it for fun and for just chilling and for games. Anyways, when it started, it was just like a university students chatting and talking to each other, right? So that's like a game or something that you use. But then when it comes to LinkedIn is a professional way of communicating or showing other people in a professional way what's happening in your life. So once you get this description, you're gonna like start knowing how to use it to get jobs, how to use it to even get offers in a way. I received two professional offers from my LinkedIn account in the past, like was it one year or so. I received two professional offers where like a company comes to me offering me a job without me sending them my CV. They just saw my profile and offered me a job. And I have received one message from a recruiting employer, like recruiting HR or recruitment agents, asking, they were not really asking, they just on the message, I'm just gonna put these messages so that you see them on the site here, how like were they and what they say to me. But this one was just telling me about their company and how they would be like interested in me, or if I send my CV they can like check it up and talk to me. But then that was a wake up call to me. That was something that said, oh, so this is serious. Companies can go to LinkedIn and search for people's profiles and actually contact you for a job with this thing. So I was like, okay, today I'm gonna just make a video and explain all that and try to help someone else who is in the space of where I was once about 8 years ago, not even knowing anything about LinkedIn, not knowing how to post, what to say, and how to talk to people on LinkedIn compared to now. I'm not saying I'm professional yet on LinkedIn. I feel like I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn. There's always something. There's always someone better than you on something. But the fact that I have received two job offers on LinkedIn, it shows me that okay, I'm not yet where I want to be in life, but I am somewhere. Because, guys, it's something else where you see employers coming to you like, we have a job for you. Do you want to work with us? It's something like, I don't know, I can't explain the feeling. So, I wrote some notes here that I can follow up while I'm talking on the video so that I don't forget every like things that I wanted to add in like special important parts. So on the headline, because on the LinkedIn there is a headline, or should I say it's a title part where you talk about yourself. So I have noticed some people on the headline, they talk about like the life story in a way, and some people they write things like that are not really life story, but you find someone saying looking for opportunities, you find someone saying looking for a job. Okay, that is okay, but at the same time, remember, on your professionalism profile or professional social media, you don't want to be sounding like you don't really know what you want in life, and you're not really sure about where you want to go or what you want in life. So use this, trust yourself, believe in yourself, you know your worth in life. So on this part for headline, talk about like I say talk about like three things here. What do you do? That's like your profession. Just write your profession, like let's say whatever that you do, your profession, just write your profession. And number two, talk about your skills. What skills do you have? Or even if you don't have to write a lot, because that space is like you can't put a lot of information. You can just put one skills, because I know once I say skills, people will go out and write more than 5, 10 skills there. Just put one that you feel like it stands out and it's very good. Like these days we have Revit and AutoCAD. I would say AutoCAD is one skill that stands out. So once an employer sees that, oh, you are by profession, you are a civil engineer and you have Revit and AutoCAD skills, you already standing out by only those two. Then the other thing that you can add is the job that you want, or the role or the position or the job that you're applying for. Just add the job that you are looking for. You can say looking for entry level job, or looking for senior engineer job, or whatever. Just try to be straightforward. So number, like on that professional thing, just say your profession, your skill, and what you're looking for. Don't be writing like looking for opportunities in life. Everyone is looking for opportunities, so companies won't really follow people that are always looking for opportunities, because you don't know where you're going. You're just going with the wind, searching for opportunities. Like, you should know where you're going. Don't just follow wind looking for opportunities. Then I will attach the example, because I feel like this video, most there will be a lot of attachments. So let me just add this, that the example of what I could use if it was me. Then from there, after the headline part, we come to the location. On the location part, you can put your obvious, your location where you are, especially here in Ireland. Most employers, when they are searching, they already want someone, or already prefer someone that is in Ireland. So if you are here in Ireland, I know there are people that have been in Ireland for like 2, 3 years, but on their LinkedIn account, they never updated that. It still shows that they are still in another country. So update your professional LinkedIn account, so that when employers wants to offer you something, they can straight away see where you are, what you are doing. And another thing that you can also add on your location or your part, I think there's a part where you can add that you are willing to you are willing to relocate. So once you are willing to relocate, companies can actually offer you something, because you might be in Ireland but willing to relocate to other places. So you can find, I have noticed that a lot of people, especially professionals in Ireland, they like going to Australia. So Australian companies are always looking around on LinkedIn, especially in Ireland, searching for engineers, professionals that are looking to relocate to other places. That's when they can offer you something, that okay, we have this and this and this and this. Do you mind coming to work for our company? And we're gonna offer you this and this. So you might actually land opportunities of your dreams by just fixing your LinkedIn account. Then after the location, there is the about section. This about section, it's a part where you have a chance to describe more about yourself. But again, don't come here and write 500 words. Just try to describe and like describe as much as you can, but at the same time, try to use less words that you can use as much as possible. But then give out information about yourself, so that when someone read those things, they can start knowing about you before they even talk to you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Like, so what I said from this part here, from looking at people's accounts and what I have learned from my own experience, people talk too much about emotionally things that are happening. This is okay if you feel like you wanna, because we're not gonna judge on what you're talking about, what you say on social media and stuff. But remember, sometimes it's important to be professional, guys. No matter how much you come with emotional stories, like recruiters, they are not like your therapist. They are just there to recruit and to look for someone that is the best candidate for their company. So if you're gonna come with emotional stories, that would work on other places, maybe in hospitals and when you're talking to your therapist. But in companies, we are looking for someone who is stable, who is okay, someone who can separate their life problems to their professionalism, like to their professional life in a way. So try to avoid putting emotional things on your professional social media account. Like, put professional things that when a person is recruiting you, they know that I'm taking someone who's responsible, who's gonna know what they are doing, who's gonna manage. Because if you check life, guys, everyone in life went through a lot. Everyone in life has achieved things. Everyone in life has done something. So it's important to do this professionally. Try to separate that. So I have seen people putting emotional stories on like the about section. Don't do that. If you really want a job and you're looking for a company that is gonna employ you and believe in you and wants you to bring their company to the next level, just be professional. Then another mistake that I have seen are people beg. This one is a big thing. There is no employer that is gonna take a beggar to work for them. Think about it. You own a company yourself. There is a line of people that are professional. They talk clear and straightforward. They know what they want in life. They're telling you that they can do this and this, and they're ready to do the right thing. Then there is a line here. These people are beggars. Oh, I have been suffering my whole life. I need a job. If I get this job, I'm going to change my life. Which one are you going to give the chance to? A beggar or someone who knows what they want and what they're doing? So, 10, change from being a beggar, come to this line. Fix your things, get your things together, and be professional. Talk about achievements. If there is something, I know there is always something in life that can hurt you, that can be hard, but use that to bring yourself around and be a powerful person. Rather, tell us about what you have achieved in life and everything. Don't be a beggar. Oh, I need this. My kids, my once you begging, chances are that recruiters will be like, oh, we're so sorry. Then they will leave you alone and they will go on with life. No one is going to just come and take chances on beggars. Because what if when you start working for that company, you start, because once you have a victim mentality while you are coming to the job, chances are that when you are now in the job, you're still going to be a victim as well, because you start saying, oh, I can't manage, I can't come to work because I'm not feeling well, my kids are not okay. Beggars and people with victim mentalities, once you show it in your account or on your details, it always follows you, because they know that at work you're always going to find something to complain about. Colleagues, they're abusing me, they're not treating me well, I feel like they don't love me. You're just going to have something following you. So change that mentality and be professional. Then those are the only two things that I wanted to say you should not put on the about section. Then the things that you can try to put, I have four things that I mentioned here that you can put so that you are clean, straightforward, and you look like you know what you want and you know what you're doing. So I said, number one, talk about who you are. When I'm saying who you are, talk about your profession, like your qualifications. This is like saying, I'm a civil engineer. Say that I'm a healthcare worker. I'm a civil engineer. I'm an electrician. Straightforward. That's who you are in life. Then from there, the skills. Talk about the skills that you have, like Revit, AutoCAD. There is more. My brain sometimes just locks to engineering. I'm sorry about that. But yes, there is a lot of skills that you can put in life. Avoid the soft, is it the soft skills? Avoid those, that I'm always in time, time management. Just try to avoid those. Talk about skills that can lend you a job, a skill that someone can use. not time management. Everyone can try that, and even if I'm slow or what, I can master it overnight. If I really want a job, then after 2 weeks I will go back to being myself. So try to talk about skills that can get you a job. Then another thing, I said, write what you want, or the role that you want, the position that you're applying for. So number one, I'm a civil engineer with Revit and AutoCAD skills. I'm looking for a junior level position in engineering, or a senior level position in engineering. Just be straightforward. Then the last one that I said you might add is the if you are, because these videos, I know I have a lot of people from like Nigeria, South Africa, everywhere in Africa, like following my videos. If you are not in the country that you're applying for, or where you wish to go, or you are willing to relocate, talk about some visa status. Just, you can just say you are like eligible for visas and stuff. Don't lie about the visas and say you have the right to work in a country where you don't have a right to work. Right? So if you say you are open to relocation and you are eligible to be sponsored visas, they start understanding straight away what you mean. So after that, the next part is, I have noticed there is that part where sometimes when a company posts a job on LinkedIn, there is that button that says apply. If you search for jobs right now on LinkedIn and you see the button that says apply, that button, I feel like even people that are not willing to apply, they just press that button to see what's going to happen next. People that are serious looking for a job, they do press that button. So if you want to press it and go on and try to apply and try to what. But if I was you, serious about a position that I have seen advertised on LinkedIn, I would go deeper than just pressing that apply, then tomorrow sitting at home and waiting for them to contact me back because I have applied. I always tell people that it's better to go deeper, to go to the company, to understand their vision, their mission, what the company is about. Once you understand all those things, you just put yourself in the better step compared to other people. Imagine 500 people can hit that apply button, but how many people will go to the company and find out about the company and see actually on, because most companies, guys, they have the career section on their website. Once you go to their website, you're going to see most jobs that are advertised. You can even see the latest ones that have been advertised. Maybe the one that you press apply was advertised on LinkedIn 3 months ago. But once you go to their website, you just see new jobs that are there that you can apply for, that were advertised today morning or today in the evening, whatever. But then you can now put yourself in a better position to get chances of being interviewed and getting a job, compared to just saying apply, then you leave and you continue scrolling, you look for another company, you say apply again. Okay. So there are few things that I wrote down here, or is it like steps that you can use to follow a company or to try to contact recruiters from LinkedIn. So number one, search for that job that you always wanted. There's a search part, obviously. So type the one that you are looking for. Then from there, go down, go everywhere, look for the company that you want, or if you get the job that you want, just click after getting the job. I was supposed to open this actually so that I can show. So then you go to the people on that job. Go to the people. Once you go to the people, then you look for the HR or for someone that you can contact on that company. Because sometimes clicking apply alone, guys, it won't help. So once you click on people, it's going to show you the recruiter or the HR or someone. Then that's when you can talk to a real person rather than pressing apply that. So once you talk to the real person, this is where you come again to write a professional message. I have a video where I talk about how to write a professional message. If you don't know how to write a professional summary message, you can go and search that video and check how to write it. But I'm just going to cover it like again. Remember, you have to talk about your profession, talk about your skills, talk about what you're looking for and why you want to work for that company. What are you looking to bring to them? That's when we say, what do you bring to the table? So now tell them, what are you bringing to the table? Chances are that that HR guy or that HR woman will get back to you and tell you about their company and how to apply. If they want your CV, they can ask you to forward the CV to them. So now you have something, you have someone talking to you, you have something that you can now say. And if they find something wrong with your CV or you don't match their what, they can tell you that, oh, if you had this skill, maybe if you had AutoCAD, we're going to take you because we're looking for people that have AutoCAD skills. That's when you can now know that, okay, if I change this, I stand a chance of getting a job with this company. So that's how it works, guys. Then the last part that I wanted to talk about on this LinkedIn professionalism thing. So I said people don't post on LinkedIn. I used to do that as well. I never used to post on my LinkedIn. I would say myself, I never used to post on anything. I used to even not post on Facebook. I'm just one person that I used to avoid social media by all means. I don't know why I did that. Like, I still need to go to my therapist and ask that. But I used to avoid social media by all means. So in my life, there was no Facebook, no TikTok, no nothing. I used to see other people doing those things. I was like, okay, yeah, they are childish. So now on LinkedIn, guys, it's important for you to post at least one thing a week, one post a week. Posting on LinkedIn, it increases your chances of being seen, number one. Because remember, this is like Facebook. Someone who opens a Facebook account and never post anything, never talk to anyone on Facebook, that account stays as a ghost. It's just there, but it's just a ghost. No one knows that person. No one knows anything about that because it's hidden. It's a ghost. But once you start posting every week, it sort of like opens doors for you, because sometimes you may post something that makes recruiters interested on you. So again, when I say post, don't just post anything, because I compare this to Facebook. Remember, this is your professional account. You can't just wake up and post yourself eating breakfast in your gown in white. That's not professional. So try to post something about your achievements. I know that half of us, that the reason you are here today in this video, looking for jobs, following my videos, you want to change your life, you want to get a job. So if you want to do that, you are not just watching videos, but you are doing short courses, you are doing your driver's license, you are doing something, you are getting up, you are going to university. So those achievements that you are doing every day, post them on LinkedIn. When you get a new certificate, post it on LinkedIn. When you get involved in a program that is related to professionalism, that can boost your chances of being seen, post it on LinkedIn. I can make a lot of examples of what to post that you can do. So you are in university, you are a university student, you just like in a debate team, post about those things, those achievements. You playing chess, or you are good at chess, whatever, post about the award that you got in chess, since you play something in university. If you are working at work, there's always achievements. You got an award of being the best employee of the month. Post about those things. You just got an award. You can't just post it on Facebook only. Post it on LinkedIn to show that you are progressing every day. You are winning every day. Once you post those things, your account gets open, like it opens up doors for you. You will see recruiters coming to you to talk to you. So okay, that's it on the LinkedIn account. So I wanted to say, if you need like help on the LinkedIn profile and everything, we have monthly videos, we have monthly webinar sessions. Why am I losing my words? I don't know why. We have monthly webinar sessions where we talk about career growth, how can you apply for central application office, for those who want to apply for university and more things. We can also discuss about how to make your LinkedIn professional. Like I said, I'm not a professional person on these things, but I can share from my what I have learned from what I went through before. I'm a student in TU Dublin. I have seen how some companies talk to us, what they want and what they are looking for. I'm one person that is always going out to search for information. I don't mind going to recruiters, talking to them, asking them what do they want, where are we making mistakes when we're applying, and what's happening around us. So if you want more information, just check our monthly webinars. We have one on Fridays, like last Friday of the month. So every last Friday of the month, we always have a webinar. So if you join it, you can get to understand more information. You can ask more questions on how to change your life, on how to grow, like career wise. Because guys, I believe education is still the power. The more you change your career, the more you grow on your career, the more you grow in life, because that's where money comes. Without you changing your career and growing on your career, there won't be money. Yes, there might be money on other things, because these days we see social media taking over and people getting rich with social media. But how many people can do those? Out of 10, it's only 2. What about the rest? What about the rest, like 8 people? Those 8 people, they need education so that they can have a stable income, so that they can have a stable job, so that they can feed their families. So this is what we focus on. And if you need more help, please contact us and talk to us. We have a WhatsApp number, we have an email address that you can contact us on, and we have those information sessions that we do, so that we sit down and we discuss and we talk. How can we change our lives? That's it for today's video. Thank you so much.